Two households, both alike in dignity, fair aroma relay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventure, piteous overthrows, doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage. The which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Gregory, oh my word, will not carry coals.
No, for then we shall be colliers.
And we being collar will draw.
Aye, while you live, draw your neck out of collar.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runnest away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I will take the wall, any man of maid of Montague.
Ha! That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall.
It's true. And therefore women, being the weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore I will push Montague's men from the wall and thrust his maids to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us their men.
'Tis all one. I will show myself a tyrant when I fought with the men. I will be civil with the maids. I will cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids, or their maiden heads. Take it in what sense thou wilt.
They must take it in sense that feel it.
Me they shall feel when I am able to stand, and to so name a pretty piece of flesh.
'Tis well thou art not fish. If thou hadst been poor John. Draw thy tool. Here comes two of the house of Montague.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee.
How? Turn thy back and run?
Fear me not.
No, marry, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our side. Let us begin.
I will frown as I pass by and let them take it as they list.
Nay, if they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir? Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve a good as man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better, here comes one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes, better, sir.
You lie.
Dwarfy me in! Cookie me saucing blue!
What? Fools! Put up your swords! You know not what you do! What? Art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage to part these men with me.
What? Drawn and talk of peace?
I hate the word.
As I hate hell, all Montagues, and thee. Have at thee, coward! Clubs, bills, and partisans! Strike! Beat them down!
Down with the Montagues! Down with the Capulets! Down with the Montagues! Down with the Capulets! Down with the Montagues! Down with the Capulets!
What noise is this? Give me my long sword! Oh! A crutch! Why call you for a sword?
My sword, I say! Old Montague has come, and flourishes his blade in spite of me!
Thou villain Capulet!
Thou shalt not me not! Let me go!
Rebellious subjects! Enemies to peace! Profaners of this neighbor-stained steel! Will they not hear? What ho!
You men, you beasts that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins on pain of torture. From those bloody heads, throw your misstep-and weapons to the ground and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls bred of an every word by thee, old Capulet, and Montague have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets and made Verona's ancient citizens gasped by their grave-receiving ornaments, to wield on partisans and hands as old, cankered with peace to poct your cankered hate. If you ever disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time, all the rest are brought away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague come you this afternoon, to know our farther pleasure in this case, to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more in pain of death, all men depart!
Benvolio, who set this ancient quarrel to approach? Speak, nephew, were you by when it began? Here were the servants of your adversary, in yours close fighting, ere I did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt with his sword prepared, which as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the winds, who nothing hurt withal, hissed him in scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part. Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray. Madam, an hour before the worship sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drove me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of a sycamore that westward rooteth from this city side, so early walking did I see your son.
Towards him I made, but he was wearing me, and stole into the covert of the wood. I, measuring his affections by my own, which then most sought where most might not be found, being one too many by my weary self, pursued my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me. Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
My noble uncle, do you know the cause? I neither know it nor can learn of him. Have you importuned him by any means?
Both, by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affection's counselor, is to himself, I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as is the bud bit with an envious worm, ere he can spread his sweet leaves to the air, or dedicate his beauty to the sun. Could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we would as willingly give cure as know. See where he comes, so please you step aside, I'll know his grievance, I'll much be denied.
How would thou wert so happy by thy stay, to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away. Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
That news struck 9?
I mean, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hit so fast?
It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of the days where I am in love!
Alas, that love so gentle in his view should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still, so without eyes and pathways to his will, where shall we die? Oh me! What phrase here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Is much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then oh brawling love! Oh loving hate! Oh anything of nothing, first create. Oh heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep, that is not what it is. There's love for life, I feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz, I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
Thy good heart's oppression.
Why? Such as love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed with more of thine.
Huh?
This love that thou hast shown doth add more grief, too much of mine own. Love is a smoke made with the fume of sighs, being purged of fire sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and preserving sweet. Farewell, my kind.
Soft, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
I am lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other
Tell me
way.
in sadness, who is it that you love?
What, shall I groan and tell thee?
Groan? Why no, but sadly, tell me who.
Did a sick man in sadness make his will? Ah, a word alleged to one who is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I am so near when I suppose you love.
A right good markman, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, as soon as hit.
Well, in that hit you miss, she'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit, and in strong proof of chastity, well armed from love's weak childish bow, she lives unharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor overlap to saint-seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies with beauty dies her store.
Since she hath sworn that she will still live in chase.
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty starved with her severity cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair, to merit bliss by making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it now.
By me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite and question more. These happy mouths that kiss fair ladies' brows being black puts us in mind they hide the fair. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is
passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may read, if past that passing fair? Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt. But Montague is bound as well as I, in penalty alike. It is not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace.
Of honourable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what say you to my suit?
But saying o'er what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she are happy mothers made.
And too soon marred are those so early made. Earth hath swallowed all my hopes but she. She is the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part, and she agree within her scope of choice lies my consent. And fair according voice. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love, and you among the store. One more most welcome makes my number more. Let my poor house look to behold this night, earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light. Such comfort as do lusty young men feel, when well-apparelled April on the hill of limping winter treads. Even such delight among fresh fennel buds shall you this night inherit at my house. Hear all I'll see! And like our most whose merit most shall be, which on more view of many mind being one may stand a number though in reckling none. Come, go with me. Go, sir, trudge about through fair Verona, find those persons out whose names are written there, and to them say, my house and welcome on their pleasure stay.
Find them out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, and the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencil, and the painter with his nets. But I am sent to find those persons whose names are here written, and can never find what names the writing person hath here writ. I must learn. It's time!
Man, one fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish. Turn giddy and behold by backward turning. One desperate grief cures another's languish. Take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf is excellent for
For
that.
what I pray thee?
For your broken shit!
Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented.
Got it, you can! I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, mine unfortunate in my misery.
Perhaps you have learned it without book, but I pray, can you read anything you see?
Aye, if I know the letters in the language.
Ye say honestly, rest you merry.
Say, fellow, I can read.
Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselmo and his beauteous sisters, the lady with Overthruvio,
Senor Placencio and his lovely nieces.
Mercutio and his brother Valentine, my uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters,
My fair niece Rosaline and Livia. Senor Valencio and his cousin Don Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly, whither should they come? Up. Whither to supper?
to our house,
Whose house?
my master's.
Indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet. And if you be not of the house of Montagues, I pray come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline whom thou so loves, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow. When the devout religion of mine eye maintains such falsehood, then turn tears to fire. And these who often drown could never die. Transparent heretics be burnt for liars. One fairer than my love? The all-seeing sun ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
You saw her fair, none else being by. Herself poised with herself in either eye, but in that crystal scales let there be weighed your lady's love against some other maid, that I will show you shining at this feast, and she shall scant show well that now seems best.
I'll go along. No sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Never my maid and her 12-year-old. I made her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid word to this girl. What? Juliet!
How now? Who calls?
Your mother.
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me, thou hearest our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age to do an
She's
hour.
not 14.
I'll lay 14 of my teeth, and yet of my teen be it spoken. I am but 4. She's not 14. How long is it out till homicide?
A fortnight and odd
Even
days.
a Lord. Of all the days in the year, come Lammas Eve at night, she shall be 14. Susan and she God, the rest all Christian souls were of an age. Well, Susan is with God, she was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas Eve at night, she shall be 14. That shall she marry, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake, now 11 years, and she was weaned, I never shall forget it. Of all the days of the year, upon that day, for I had then laid wormwood to my dog, sitting in the sun under the dove house wall, my lord, and you were there a man to all. Nay, I do bear the brain. But as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dog, and it felt better pretty full to see it touchy and fall out with the dog. She quoth the dove house, 'twas no need, I trow, to bid me trudge, and since that time it is 11 years for that she could stand high load. Nay, my throat, she could have run and waddled all about, but even the day before she broke her brow, and then my husband, God be with his soul, I was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit. Will thou not, Jewel? And by my holodam, the pretty witch left crying and said, Aye, to see now how a jest shall come about, I warrant, and I should live 1,000 years. I never should forget it. Wilt thou not, Jewel, quoth he? And pretty fool, it stinted, and said I.
Enough of this. I pray thee hold thy peace.
Yes, madam, yet I cannot choose but laugh to think it should leave crying and say aye. And yet I warrant it had upon her brow a pompous biggest young cockerel stone. A bear this knock, and it cried bitterly. Yea, quoth my husband, false upon thy face. Thou wilt fall backward when thou comest to age. What on thou, Jewel? It sinted and said I.
Stint thou too, I pray thee, nurse, say I.
Peace I have done. God mark thee to his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that I e'er nursed. And I might live to see thee married once, I have my wish.
Marry, that marry is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
An honor? Were that I thine only nurse, I would say thou hast sucked wisdom from thy teeth.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you, here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady! Lady, such a man has all the world! Why, he's a man of wax!
Verona summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower!
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another leads content. And what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes. This precious book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis much pride, for fair without the fair within to hide. That book in many eyes doth share the glory, that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less.
No less, nay bigger! Women grow by men!
Speak briefly, can you like of Paris' love?
I'll look to like, if looking like ye move, but no more will I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come. Supper served up, you called, my young lady asked for. The nurse cursed in the pantry, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you follow straight. We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl! Seek happy nights, the happy days!
What shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
The date is out of such prolixity. We'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing a Tartar's painted bow of lath, scaring the ladies like a crow keeper, nor without book prologue faintly spoke after the prompter for our entrance. We'll let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
give me a torch. I am not for the sampling. Being but heavy, I will bear the night.
Gentle Romeo, for we must have you down.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground. I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers, and so bound I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love, too great a pressure for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like
If love
thorn.
be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my massage in, a visor for a visor. What care I, what curious eye doth quote deformities? Here all the beetle brows shall blush for me. Come knocking into end, no sooner in, but every man betake him to his legs.
A torch for me. Let wanton's light of art tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. For I am proverb with the grandsire phrase. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Done's the mouse, the constable's own word. If thou art done, we'll draw thee from the mire of this Sir Reverence love, wherein thou stickest up to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho!
Nay, that's not so. I mean, sir, in delay.
With a star lights in vain like lamps by day. Take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times, and that here once in our 5 wits. And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go. May one ask.
I dreamt a dream tonight.
So did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dream is often lie.
In better sleep while they do dream things true.
Oh, then I see Queen Mab had been with you. She is the fairy's midwife, and she comes in shade no bigger than an agate stone. On the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies over men's noses as they lie asleep. A wagon smokes made of long spinner's legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider web, the colors of the moonshine's white Rio. A whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. A wagon in a small grey coat and not half so big as a lamb. It's a web, prick from the lazy finger of a maid. A chariot is an empty hazelnut made by the joiner's squirrel or old grub. Time at a mine, the fairies coach makers, and in the state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees that dream on curtsy straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream. Which off the angry mad with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweet meat tainted are. Sometimes she gallops o'er courtier's nose, then dreams he of spelling out a suit. Sometimes comes she with a tied pig stare, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep, then dreams he of another benefit. Sometimes he driveth o'er a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, Spanish blades of hell's 5 fathoms deep, and then anon drums in his ear which he starts and wakes, and being thus frightened swears a prayer or two and sleeps again. This is that very map that plays the manes of horses in the night and bakes the elf flocks and foul sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bode. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she! Mercutio! Please! Now talk of nothing! True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered puffs away from thence, turning his side to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives some consequence yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised dead life closed in my breast by some foul forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course direct my sail, unlusty gentlemen! Woo! Strike drum! Where's pot pan that he helped not to take away? He shifted to he scraper to
When good manners shall lie all in 1 or 2 men's hands, and they unwashed too, 'tis a foul thing.
Away with the joint stool, remove the quart cupboard, let in a plate. Good thou, save me a piece of marchpane, and as thou lovest me, let the bars let it to the grindstone and L. Anthony and
boy ready.
You are looked for and called for, asked for and sought for in the great chamber.
We cannot be here near too. Cheerly boys, be brisk a while, and the longer live it take all.
Welcome, gentlemen! Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will walk about with you. Aha, my mistresses! Which of you all went out tonight to dance? She that makes dainty, she I'll swear hath corns. Have I come near you now? Welcome, gentlemen! I have seen the day that I have worn a visor, and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play!
Aho! Aho!
Give room! And footed girls, more like you knaves! And turn the tables up! But quench the fire, the room is grown too hot! Ah, Sarah! This unlooked for sport comes well! Nay, sit, good cousin Capulet, for you and I are past our dancing days! How long is now since last yourself and I were in a mask?
By a lady 30 years.
What, man? 'Tis not so much, 'tis not so much! 'Tis since the Nupatal of Lucendio! Come, Pentecost, as quickly as it will! Some 25 years and then we are!
'Tis more. His son is elder, so his son is 30.
Will you tell me that? His son was
What lady's that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady or her fellow shows. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers make blessed my rude hand. To my heart love till now, forswear its sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this night.
This, by his voice, should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy! What dares the slave come hither covered with an antique face, to flee and scorn at our solemnity? Now by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why? How now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
This is a Montague, our foe. The villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is
Is
it?
he? That villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle cause, let him alone. A bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, for Rhoda brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all this town here in my house do him disparagement. Therefore be patient, take no note of him. It is my will the which of thou respect show a fair presence and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
Since when such a villain is a guest, I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured! What good man, boy? I say he shall. Go to! Am I the master here or you? Go to! You'll not enjoy him! God shall mend my soul! You'll make him to be among my guests! You'll send a cock a hoop, you'll be the man!
My uncle, it's a shame!
Go to! Go to! You are a saucy boy, you so indeed! This trick may chance to scathe you. I know what! You must contrary me! Marriage is done! Well said, my heart! You are pringocks! Go! Be quiet, or more light! For shame! I'll make you quiet! What?
Patience
Tell me
with
more!
force with willful color meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall now seeming sweet convert to bitterest gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin is this. My lips two blushing pilgrims ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which manly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints' lips and holy palmers too?
Hi, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book. Madam, your mother claims a word with you.
What is her mother?
hardy bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nurse her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay a hold of her shall have the chink.
Is she a Capulet? Oh dear account, my life is
Away be gone!
dead.
The sport is at the best!
Aye, so I fear. The more is my unrest.
Nay, gentlemen! Prepare not to be gone, we have a trifling foolish banquet taught! Isn't it so? Why then, I thank you all as gentlemen. Good night, more torches here, come on then, let's to bed. Ah, sirrah, by my faith, wax is laid down to my rest!
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of Altiverio.
What's he that now is going out of door?
Marry that! I think we young Patrocchio.
What's he that follows there that would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo and Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me that I must love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What this?
A rhyme I learned even now of what I dance withal.
Juliet!
Anon, anon, come, let's away. The strangers are all gone.